Welcome to day 2 of 7 days to awaken the divine within. Yesterday, our focus was on really remembering the divine spark of who we are. Really being able to feel it, to believe it, and to experience it. Today is all about investing in your own spirit. So why don't we start with our affirmation? Today's affirmation is, I invest in the beauty of my own spirit without guilt and without hesitation. It really is important for us to invest in ourselves. Our happiness, our health, it's all important. And today's exercise, I'm really going to be walking you through some questions and asking you to make some commitments to yourself. Investing in ourselves is always a good investment. And in truth, we are the only ones that can invest in the ways that matter most. When we do allow ourselves to be happy and healthy and to care for ourselves in the way that we need to, the people that we love the most benefit from that. They truly do. And I think that we understand that in theory. I think for most of us, we understand in theory that all of these things are good things, but being able to follow through on those beliefs and implement them in our life is sometimes a little more challenging. So today, the first question I want to ask you is, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? Not what makes everyone else happy that then makes you happy, but truly just what makes you happy. There have been many a time when I've asked clients this question and they don't have an answer. And that's okay, because knowing that gives them some information and some wisdom as to what they need to do moving forward, which is always finding out what does make them happy. And what made us happy 3 months ago, much less 6 years ago, could be a completely different answer today. And that's why it's always important for us to check in with ourselves. So if you're struggling answering this question, I would have you ask yourself, what are some things that I loved to do in the past? Do I still love those? Maybe you used to like to go bowling. Maybe you're good with crafts. Creative endeavors always nurture our spirit and nurture that feminine with us, and they help us to care for ourselves in ways. So maybe looking at photography, dancing. Do you love to listen to music? Do you love to read books? Do you love to sit out in the sun? These don't have to be big, huge things, but they definitely have to be things that are just for you and just about you. Once you can come up with at least 5 things that you know really makes you happy, then I want you to ask yourself honestly, when is the last time I allowed myself the time to experience this or to do this? Some of you may be able to answer, last week, totally. Some of you, you may not even remember when the last time you allowed yourself to do something for you. And that's okay. It's okay, but it definitely needs some attention. So the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is to commit to allowing yourself to pay attention and invest and focus on your own happiness. And not just once, but to learn how to do that consistently. So if you've already come up with your 5 things that you know make you happy on your list, I'm going to ask you to choose 3 of those things and then get out your calendar and commit to the time, energy, effort, whatever it takes, to blocking out the time and allowing yourself the opportunity to do things that make you happy. Now, I'm only going to ask you to do 3 over the next 6 weeks. You don't have to wait that long or spread it out that far. But for some of you, that's a pace that's going to feel most comfortable. Some of you still aren't going to maybe feel comfortable with that pace, but that's the pace and the rhythm that I feel like is a good starting point. Now, when that 6 weeks is up and you have been able to commit and follow through on three times going and doing something for your own pure pleasure and happiness, then the next step and goal is going to be to continue to do that and to sprinkle in more and more of allowing yourself the time, the energy, the effort, the money, whatever it be, to do things that make you happy. Now, I know this might be a stretch for some of you, but trust me, it will pay off. Again, we know that when we take really good care of ourselves, those that we love the most will benefit from us caring for ourselves in the most loving ways. I'll see you tomorrow in the next exercise.